home is more than walls and a roof. It is the quiet sanctuary where our truest selves emerge. It is within these spaces that we wrestle with doubt, nurture our dreams, and seek solace from the world's clamor. But have you considered that your home, this dwelling you return to each day, can be transformed into something far greater than a mere refuge? To bless one's home is to declare it a place where peace reigns, wisdom flourishes, and darkness finds no foothold. It is not mere superstition, nor a quaint tradition of old. It is an act of recognition that the physical and the spiritual are intertwined. We bless our homes not to ward off imaginary fears, but to align our lives with the highest order of goodness. If you walk into a home filled with gratitude, love, and the echoes of earnest prayers, you will sense it before a word is spoken. The air is different, the silence is alive, and an unseen strength steadies those who dwell within. Such a home does not merely shelter, it renews. There is no mysticism in this, only truth. A house in disorder breeds distraction, a heart in turmoil creates unrest. But when we bless our home, through prayer, through kindness, through the deliberate setting apart of our space for what is noble and true, it ceases to be a mere dwelling. It becomes a temple, a fortress, a lighthouse in the storm. And here is the great wonder. As your home changes, so do you. As you surround yourself with an atmosphere of faith, courage, and purpose, your own soul is shaped accordingly. It is no accident that those who treat their homes as sacred ground often walk with an unshakable peace, their steps guided by clarity, their days rich with quiet joy. So, I urge you, bless your home, not with mere words, but with intention. Let it be a place where goodness is nurtured, where wisdom is sought, and where the unseen but undeniable forces of grace and strength reside. Do this, and you will find that your life does not remain the same. It will change remarkably, for the better, in ways you never imagined. A home is more than just a structure of brick and mortar. It is the very foundation upon which our lives unfold. It is within these walls that we experience joy, sorrow, growth, and reflection. Yet we often fail to recognize that the atmosphere of our homes holds a profound influence over our spiritual and emotional well-being. A home is not merely a shelter from the physical elements, but a sacred space that shapes our thoughts, attitudes, and interactions. When we intentionally bless our homes, we are not engaging in a passive or symbolic act, but in a deliberate effort to create an environment where peace, wisdom, and love can flourish. There is something deeply transformative about recognizing a space as sacred. Throughout history, people have set apart certain places for worship, meditation, and communion with the divine. These spaces are not haphazardly designed. They are built with intention, carefully maintained and treated with reverence. The same principle applies to our homes. If we see them merely as places to eat and sleep, they will serve no higher function. But if we treat them as spaces where goodness dwells, where truth is upheld, and where love is the governing principle, they become more than houses. They become sanctuaries. This transformation does not require extravagant rituals or material wealth. It begins with the simple yet profound act of acknowledging that our homes can and should be places of renewal. The words spoken within them matter. A home filled with anger, bitterness, or constant strife absorbs these emotions into its very atmosphere. In contrast, a home where kindness, gratitude, and patience are cultivated will naturally exude warmth and tranquility. Those who step inside will feel the difference, even if they cannot explain it. The unseen influences at work within a home are powerful. Consider how different environments affect the human soul. A cluttered, chaotic space breeds distraction and restlessness. A dark, neglected room carries an air of sadness and stagnation. But a place filled with light, order, and care has a way of lifting the spirit. This is not a coincidence. The external environment reflects and reinforces the internal state of those who inhabit it. If a home is treated as a sacred space, it begins to shape the character of those who dwell within. One of the most effective ways to bless a home is through intentional acts of reverence and gratitude. Prayer, reflection, and even simple gestures like speaking words of encouragement or filling the space with music that uplifts the soul can transform the atmosphere. It is not about performing grand displays, but about cultivating a consistent spirit of peace and goodness. Over time, a home that is spiritually nurtured becomes a source of strength, not only for those who live in it, but for all who enter. It becomes a refuge where weary hearts find rest, where minds troubled by the world's burdens are calmed, and where the presence of love is unmistakable. When we bless our homes in this way, we do not merely change our surroundings, we change ourselves. The world we see is only a fraction of reality. Much of what shapes our lives exists in the realm of the unseen, our thoughts, emotions, and the atmosphere we cultivate in the spaces we inhabit. We often focus on the visible, arranging furniture, decorating walls, and ensuring our homes are physically pleasing. Yet, beyond the tangible, there is an unseen influence that flows through every room, affecting the way we think, feel, and interact with one another. This invisible presence is shaped by the energy we allow to settle within our homes. Just as a storm leaves behind the scent of rain and a sense of lingering tension in the air, human emotions and spiritual influences also leave their mark. A home that has been filled with constant conflict or despair can feel heavy, as though the walls themselves remember the turmoil. Conversely, a home where love, gratitude, and peace are consistently cultivated carries an atmosphere of warmth and comfort, even when no one speaks. This is why certain places feel welcoming the moment we step inside, while others make us uneasy for reasons we cannot explain. The influence of the unseen is not limited to emotions. It extends to the very essence of our being. Our thoughts, habits, and even our personal growth are shaped by the spiritual atmosphere of our surroundings. A home that is blessed with intention becomes a place of clarity, where decisions are made with wisdom and distractions lose their power. The opposite is also true. A home neglected spiritually becomes a breeding ground for confusion, stagnation, and even despair. Science has long demonstrated that human emotions emit energy, and the words we speak have measurable effects on our environment. This principle has been recognized in spiritual traditions for centuries. It is no coincidence that places of worship, dedicated to prayer and reverence, carry a distinct sense of peace. The same principle can be applied to our homes. When we dedicate our space to goodness, truth, and harmony, we are not simply improving our surroundings. We are transforming the way we think and live. One way to align our homes with positive spiritual influence is through intentional practices. Speaking words of encouragement, expressing gratitude, and filling the space with things that uplift the soul. Music, books, and even the art we display contribute to the unseen atmosphere of our homes. Every choice either strengthens a spirit of peace or invites discord. Many underestimate the effect of these unseen forces until they experience the change for themselves. When a home is blessed, those who dwell within it find themselves calmer, more patient, and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Relationships grow stronger, rest becomes deeper, and the mind gains clarity. Over time, this unseen influence extends beyond the home, shaping the way we engage with the world. The unseen forces in our homes are not passive. They are constantly at work, either shaping us for the better or hindering our growth. By blessing our homes with intention, we allow them to become places where wisdom flourishes, strength is renewed, and life itself is enriched. Transformation does not happen by accident. Every change, whether in a person's character or in the atmosphere of a home, is the result of intentional action. A home that is blessed in a spiritual way does not simply become different. It becomes a place where life itself is uplifted, where individuals are shaped into stronger, wiser, and more purposeful beings. This transformation begins with devotion, with the conscious effort to cultivate an environment that nourishes the soul. A home filled with sacred intention becomes more than a shelter. It becomes a sanctuary where hearts are healed, minds are sharpened, and spirits are strengthened. The act of devotion is not limited to religious practice. It is found in the way a person treats their surroundings, the respect they give to the space where they live, and the care they show for those who share that space. A home that is honored in this way becomes a place where growth is encouraged and where distractions lose their power. When devotion is at the center of a household, the chaos of the outside world does not easily take root within its walls. Instead, the home becomes a fortress of peace, offering clarity and rest to those who dwell there. This transformation does not happen overnight. Just as a seed requires time, nurturing, and the right conditions to grow, the blessing of a home unfolds gradually. It begins with small, consistent actions, the words spoken within its walls, the habits cultivated by those who live there, the reverence given to even the simplest moments, a home where gratitude is regularly expressed, where kindness is practiced daily, and where wisdom is pursued with sincerity, will naturally become a place of strength. The more these principles are upheld, the more the home begins to reflect them in ways that go beyond the physical. There is a reason why people who live in peaceful, spiritually enriched homes often carry that peace with them wherever they go. The home is where a person's inner world is shaped. If that environment fosters patience, resilience, and understanding, those qualities take root in the heart. If it encourages thoughtfulness, deep reflection, and a sense of purpose, those who dwell there will carry those virtues into every part of their lives. A home is not merely a place to reside. It is a place where character is forged, where beliefs are tested, and where the soul is continually refined. The beauty of this transformation is that it extends beyond the home itself. A person who is strengthened in such an environment becomes a source of encouragement to others. The peace cultivated within their home does not remain confined to four walls. It follows them into their work, their relationships, and their interactions with the world. By blessing a home in a spiritual way, one does not merely create a better living space, they create a better life, and from that life, a ripple effect begins, touching others and inspiring them to seek the same transformation for themselves.